So, ladies and gentlemen, overnight we got yet another update here in Modern Warfare, and this one was highly anticipated as it was referred to as the big update by some of the Infinity Ward employees. And this update promises to change a lot of things in-game, ranging from random bug fixes and glitches to much more impactful things all across the board. The 1.09 update is the single biggest update we've seen so far this year, and today we're breaking down everything and anything that changed with it. But before we jump into all of that, if you guys are new here, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Each and every day here we are covering the latest news and intel within the world of Call of Duty. So if you do want to stay up to date with all of that, feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on. That way you'll always know every time I post a new video. And of course, if you enjoyed this one, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it would be much appreciated. And now let's get into the 1.09 update and check out everything that changed with it. So first and foremost, this is obviously a full-on title update, so you will have to go ahead and download it before jumping onto the game. Meaning, if you play on PS4, woohoo, we get to spend some time copying everybody's favorite pastime, right? Anyways, on PlayStation specifically, the update is nearly 13 gigs in size, so it's definitely pretty big, and with good reason, because we've got a ton of changes to go over today, starting first with some brand new content in the form of new Spec Ops operations called Harbinger and Brimstone. So that came completely out of left field. We were definitely not expecting that whatsoever, but lo and behold, Spec Ops has two brand new operations to play, and on top of that, there is also a new classic Spec Ops Mission 2, which is called Door Kick. Then over in multiplayer, as far as new content goes, we ended up seeing the introduction of the Realism Mosh Pit, which features Domination, Hardpoint, Headquarters, and also Kill Confirmed. And also the introduction of Gun Game, so that is effectively our very first party game playlist of the year, which should be available now as well. Now, moving into the general fixes, here we have a ton of stuff to cover too, as right away here we have a ton of bug fixes, including the following. A fix for a bug where a player could spawn without a character model when spawning in on a friendly vehicle, fixes for various exploits across multiple maps and modes, a fix for an issue where copying an opposing player's loadout would also copy their kill streaks, a fix for an after-action report not displaying newly acquired awards, and a fix for player rank icons not appearing on the scoreboard. Following that, they shortened the amount of time that an execution animation plays. In accessibility, they added the option to always sprint. Now that I am personally a big fan of. For footsteps, they adjusted the volume and sound type for crouch walk and walking while aiming down sights. For dead silence, they made a fix for the field upgrade not lasting the correct amount of time when the CDL rules are enabled. They fixed nameplates being visible in certain locations on Piccadilly. They made various updates to the kill feed, including the removal of blank avenged you or blank saved you, so on and so forth. And they also implemented a fix for players being able to join a match even though they've been blocked. And I'm sure streamers everywhere are rejoicing after hearing that one. The 1.09 update also added some private match options too, including an added option to disable the spawn camera, a fix for a bug where the starting flag's captured option was not functioning as intended, and also a fix for the bomb screen appearing blank when planting or defusing the bomb in Search and Destroy with realism enabled, and they also added a bomb carrier indicator as well. For kill streaks, they fixed an issue where selected kill streaks would revert to the previous selection mid-match, and they also added a fix where players using the shield turret could sometimes see through smoke at certain angles via the side panels. Then we have a few Call of Duty League or CDL changes as well, including a fix to dead silence where it would not last for the correct amount of time as mentioned before, a change to thermal scopes so they can now actually see through smoke grenades. They added an option to disable the spawn camera, and they also fixed an issue where the mount interaction prompt was disappearing when planting or defusing the bomb in Search and Destroy. Moving into the One Life mode fixes, here there was a fix for the camera getting stuck on the death location when transitioning to spectate, and also a fix for the weapon not animating when sprinting at the very beginning of a round. Now, here is where things get really interesting. So there was in fact a tank nerf in this update, however it is kind of a confusing one. They specifically state that on the infantry assault vehicle they reduced the damage radius and the lethality of the turret. So here I'm not sure if this nerf is strictly intended for the tank kill streak or literally all the tanks in the game kill streak or not. We then have even more challenge and mission progression fixes, and here we see that they cleaned up and updated descriptions for various challenges, and then there were also fixes for the following challenges specifically. The officer challenge of Heads Up, destroy vehicles with launchers, doing work, aggression, expert gunsmith, and also one trick pony. Under the equipment, they added a fix for the decoy grenade showing up as a red dot on the minimap for both teams, and they slightly brightened the player outline when using the snapshot grenade. For the campaign, they fixed a bug where an error could occur when selecting a mission, and for perks, the spotter perk was not marking things properly, so that's now been fixed. For EOD, they fixed a bug where players would actually lose their HUD after hacking equipment. They made a fix for the quick fix perk not giving faster regen when earning kills with the throwing knife, and for amps, they fixed it not stowing the riot shield as quickly as it should. Now we get into the weapon updates for the 1.09 patch, and things stay equally as spicy here as they made a fix for the rocket launcher camos not tracking properly. They fixed the Model 680 camos not tracking properly as well. On the SCAR, they increased the ADS time and reduced the barrel and bipod grip penalties. They added a fix for a white placeholder box appearing when leveling up a weapon and unlocking new attachments. They added descriptions to all the optics that have scope glint. They fixed an issue where the P90 in the FFS ring sight would actually create a scope glint. They made the thermal scopes able to see through smoke as mentioned before. And finally, they fixed charms not appearing where they should on various weapons. For leaderboards and combat records, they fixed a bug where selecting all would sometimes kick you to the main menu, and they added CTF and hardpoint into combat records. We then have some brand new voice chat options. This is a pretty interesting new feature. We now have the option to turn on no effect, which is the default voice chat. We can enable stealth comms, which brings the immersion of the campaign into multiplayer with added SAS radio effects to voice chat. Then there is also classic chatter, which allows you to coordinate with your team using classic Modern Warfare radio effects. So, like I said, kind of an interesting update. Not sure if this one was totally necessary, but hey, it is there now regardless. Jumping back over to Spec Ops now, they added brand new munitions drops, which will actually provide you with munitions after various objectives. They fixed some exploits. They fixed an issue where players could lose functionality after using the EMP drone in Operation Crosswinds, and they fixed some crashes that occur when viewing the scoreboard in the match summary. Then finally, for the universal changes, in survival they fixed enemies spawning out of bounds in Piccadilly. Then to wrap up things for today, we have some PC specific updates, and just flying through these here, they added an option to hide friend requests and party invitations. They added support for additional keyboard layouts on PS4. They fixed several crashes and stability problems. They fixed an issue where the boot up sequence was ridiculously loud. There were various keybind adjustments. Players are now able to back out of the spray wheel by just clicking anywhere. They improved stuttering and hitching in cutscenes. They fixed an issue with the main menu music not playing. They fixed an error that could occur when managing a party. There were multiple fixes for different aspect ratio problems. They fixed a bug where the XP token shortcut was also opening the NVIDIA highlights. And finally, they fixed a bug where some achievements would not appear as complete even though they were. Now, like I said in the intro, going into this update, people were expecting a lot of big changes to come to the game. Many people were actually anticipating this to be the big overhaul update that has been rumored to be coming to the game, but in fact, I don't think that is this update at all. This seems much more like a major bug fix update, as you can probably tell, and I would assume if there is actually going to be an overhaul update, it'll likely be coming with the launch of Season 1 later on in December, but just keep in mind that's just me assuming there. So with all of that being said, that is effectively everything that changed in the new massive 1.09 update here in Modern Warfare, and that is going to wrap things up for today. Like I said, I'm not sure if this was exactly the big update that everyone was hoping for, but in terms of size and overall fixes, this patch was definitely pretty big in that respect. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, as it would be much appreciated. And of course, if you are new here and you want to stay up to date with everything going on in the world of Call of Duty, including all the latest news and intel, updates and leaks, and pretty much everything else in between, feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on. That way you'll always be notified when I post a new video. As always, if you would like to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code IMMORTAL on all G Fuel, Control Freak, and Respawn products. You can find all of those links listed down in the description below, and once again, thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.